Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I am at the Detroit Yacht Club in Detroit, Michigan with Chrysler for the 100th anniversary celebration of the brand. Now, if you've been following this channel, I've been kind of critical of Chrysler not, living up to the whole 100th anniversary thing, but today they brought out quite a bit of concept cars from the past. They brought out some of their historical collection they're allowing the media to drive, which is really cool. But I figured I'd go through some of the concepts. There's going to be more on the channel, a lot more on the channel with this event. But for right now, I figured I'd go through a couple of the concepts that are here because most of the media is out driving the cars. And I wanted to actually show you some of the things that I'm passionate about. And some of this stuff's really cool because you don't get to see the stuff anymore. The Chrysler Museum's been closed for several years. These are usually put away at the Connor Center here in Detroit. But we actually get to see some really cool concept cars today. So we're going to start off with this. This is the Chrysler Firepower concept. Now, if I'll step back a little bit so you can kind of see it. Basically, if you look at this thing, it kind of looks like a Viper, and you'd be right. If it looks like a Viper, you'd probably be right because underneath, it shares the same chassis as the Dodge Viper. Now, this concept came out, I want to say 2005. I'm pretty sure, 2005. This was a follow-up to Hemi 412. However, the Hemi 412 is pretty much the only car that I haven't seen here today. But it was kind of cool that they brought these ones out. So this has a 6.1 liter Hemi V8 from the SRT division. It's got 425 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. And it's mated to a 6-speed manual transmission. Same as the Viper, the Tremec. No, I think it's I'm pretty sure it's a 5-speed. It's a 5-speed automatic from the 300 CM. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, this thing was pretty radical for the day. You can kind of see today it still lives up to its design. I absolutely love the hood on this thing. And this is right when Chrysler was trying that striker design down the hood. Has a glass roof in it. They were actually thinking about bringing this to production. Now, the doors are locked on it, so there you go. There's your answer. There's a 5-speed automatic from the 300C in there. But absolutely gorgeous concept car. It's very rare that you see this one out in public. Brembo brakes, again. Look how amazing this thing looks. That front end looks super long. It is. It's based on the Viper. So this car came out in 2005, but it still looks very modern for today. And I'm sorry if it's like really hard to hear me or if the phone's vibrating really bad. It's really windy out today. So we actually have severe thunderstorms coming this afternoon. So the event was kind of put on early because they wanted to have a media drive with some of the classic cars. But my passion is these. This is the concept cars because you don't get to see these that much. Gas cap where the Viper gas cap was. It's an actual hatchback. Absolutely love this design. Yeah, it's still a Dodge, basically. Now, the next car we're going to look at, I was in high school when this one came out. This is the 2001 Chrysler Crossfire concept. Now, this is kind of funny because I was at the auto show when this came out. And at the time, Chrysler said it was a German-styled American sports car with American flair. When the actual car came out, they said the opposite because it was based on the Mercedes SLK 230, or 320, I mean. So under the hood on this thing, there's no Mercedes engine in this. This is actually a 2.7 liter V6. However, it's supercharged, so it had about, I think like 250 horsepower. So it wasn't that, like rated high in horsepower, but it was still a pretty striking car. But quite a bit different than the Sorry about that. Somebody's trying to call me. But you can see 19-inch wheels in the front, 20-inch wheels in the back. And the proportions are very exaggerated on this concept compared to the original, or the production model. If you look at the roof going down, you see that spine, but look how aggressively the back drops off. Still has the spoiler that made it into production that adjusts when you start going. But you can see, just look at the hips on this thing. Now, my favorite concept car that's here. This is the 2000 Chrysler 300 Hemi C. This was a convertible that was designed in 2000 and was the very first modern Hemi-powered concept that they've designed. So at the time, it had a prototype 5.7-liter Hemi in it. They said it made about 50 horsepower, but this was prior to the actual production model. So this is basically a prototype engine. But anyways, looks like a 300M up front, but more muscular. Rear-wheel drive, and it's based on the LX platform. So basically, they took the LX platform that was made for front-wheel drive and converted it to rear-wheel drive. It's the same thing they did for the 1999 Dodge Charger RT concept, but this thing just had muscular haunches down the side. Absolutely stunning car. Nope, this is not a Mercedes. This is based on the LH platform, not the LX platform. This is the same platform that basically underpinned the Dodge Intrepid. But I would love to see Chrysler build a 4-passenger convertible again. You gotta remember, back in 2007, Chrysler was considered America's convertible company. Now they don't have a single convertible. I remember sitting as a freshman in high school, freshman in high school. Hard to think it was that long ago, but absolutely like not paying attention in class and looking at magazines with this car in it. Hey Ross, let me help you out here. But absolutely stunning concept car. If we go over here, you're going to see the new Chrysler Halcyon concept. Now, this is the future design language that Chrysler's going to. I'm not a huge fan of it. Looks more like an Aston Martin, but this is what they're calling their harmony and motion design language. Now, this car will be inspiring a future 300 replacement. I do love those wheels, though. Those wheels are killer. But you can tell this thing's not production ready at all. Look how far the glass goes down. And the dash isn't until it's like way back here. The doors open like suicide doors, and then it has a third door that opens up on top. Basically a tablet and a kind of a yoke steering wheel, and that's pretty much it. 4 buckets. That Chrysler convertible concept is the 2000 Chrysler 300 Hemi C concept. So this is an EV. This is based on the Stella Large platform. It's the same platform that underpins my Dodge Charger Daytona. And you can see just how far out the wheels are pushed on this thing. And then you can see on the back, the new Chrysler logo is actually the third brake light. So then if we go over here, here's 2 of the most popular concepts of the 1990s. this is the Chrysler Kronos. Now, if you look at the front end, you'll know that Robert Heibeck, who used to be one of the main Chrysler designers, who actually designed the original design that Ralph brought into production, was very influenced in this for the 300. Now, the Kronos is absolutely gorgeous. Very long hood design, short deck, but actual four-door. You got to remember, this is in Chrysler's cab forward design era, and this thing just still holds up to today's styling. It does not look old. It looks classic, but not old. And then here's the Chrysler Atlantic concept. Now, this was based on the Bugatti design, and this was one of the most popular concept cars. Hey, Grant, Chris Fuel's about 10 feet behind me, if you want me to say hi to her. So anyways, this is the Chrysler Atlantic concept. And what's cool about this is it's got a custom powertrain to it. So a lot of people don't know, this is a 4-liter straight 8, I mean. So a 4-liter straight 8, and what they did was they took two Dodge Neon engines, the 2-liter 4-cylinders, and basically mated them together to create a specific engine for this car. But this was one of the cars that was very iconic for Chrysler in the 1990s. We come over here. This is the Chrysler Ghia Special. I think this was a 50, I can't remember if it was 53 or 55 that this car came out. But Ghia did the design on it. Very sleek for the time. You can see this car was highly featured at the Walter P. Chrysler Museum several years ago on display. And really, this is the first time I've seen it out in public since it left the Walter P. Chrysler Museum. Oh yeah. Here, we'll look at the back of the Atlantic real quick. The back of the car is just as striking as the front. Look at those fenders. Boat tail, very Bugatti-like. And you gotta remember, Bugatti had, I can't remember what it was, the Type 57 Atlantic, and that's what this is based on. This design was very influenced by it. And look at the pipes out the back. It's got dual pipes with huge chrome surrounds. And then this was a futuristic take on the Chrysler logo at the time. And this car, it's hard to think, this car came out in like 1995. But you can see the Ghia Special, absolutely stunning. This one, the Chrysler, yeah, the Chrysler Atlantic, yep, 1995. No.
That was a concept.
It was a concept. It was inspired by Bugatti.
Yeah, I could tell by the front end.
Yep. So they were really big into like building some kind of retro styling at the time. And
boy, that's great. Too bad that didn't come out.
no, but this was like a poster car for the brand.
Wow.
So that's the cool thing. Basically, you know how everybody had a Ferrari on their thing?
Yeah.
Well, if on their wall poster, if you were a Chrysler fan, that's what you had. I had one.
Wow.
So.
The Chrysler Atlantic?
Yep, Chrysler Atlantic concept. It's actually named after the car that inspired it. It's like, I can't remember. You'd have to ask Ralph Gilles. It's like a Bugatti Type 57 Atlantic. Something like that.
A V8, most likely?
Nope. It's actually got a conceptual engine in it. It's got a 4-liter straight 8, and it's made with two Dodge Neon engines that are mated. Yeah, that are mated together.
Oh, you kidding?
Nope.
Two Neon engines.
Yep.
I would have thought. Forgot about that car.
And this is the Chrysler Thunderbolt concept. I believe this is from 1949. It was a Chrysler LeBaron that was radically done. And you can see the Thunderbolt on the side. Chrysler's version of power steering at the time, fluid drive, transmission. This car was well equipped, push button transmission, still had a clutch. So the interesting thing about fluid drive is you would have to actually engage it using a clutch, but once you were off, it would be automatic. But absolutely stunning car. The cool thing about the Thunderbolt concept is there was a 1993 Thunderbolt or 4 Thunderbolt concept that was radically different, but it had the same kind of paint and everything. But this one, if you look at the back and then come around, look at the side skirting and everything, kind of looks like a bumper car, which is kind of comical. But if you look at the front, look how aerodynamic the front end was, and it had almost like a license plate on the front. So this is the actual front of the car. Now this car here, the Chrysler LeBaron concept, this was very interesting because this car actually paced the Indy 500. Yeah, it was the Indy 500 pace car back, I can't remember when. I want to say sometime in whenever this car came out, I think 1940 something. But yeah, it was the actual pace car for the Indy 500. Yeah. What's cool about this is you have this sleek, almost roadster interior, but then you have a partition with rear glass and a separate seat. So very cool. So now, I will tell you guys, they did finally introduce a new Chrysler Pacifica 100th anniversary minivan today. So that was pretty good. But we'll go out front and I will show you some of the cars that they brought. So they have basically you can drive in a 1924 Chrysler Six. And the interesting thing about this Chrysler Six is the fact that it's actually one of the prototypes. It's one that Walter P. Chrysler actually drove. They have the turbine car here. They have a 75 Chrysler Cordoba, which used to be a press car. It was a show car, but it was made to be a press car. The Riccardo Montalban, you might remember, rich Corinthian leather that he drove. They have I believe it's a 1987 Chrysler Town and Country convertible that was the Iacocca's. They got a whole bunch of stuff. 1957 Chrysler 300G, or not, 58 Chrysler 300D. They have a 1955 Chrysler C300. So we can kind of take a look for a few minutes. We'll sit in the shade here. We'll watch as people go for a ride. And by far the most popular concept here, or vehicle here, is the turbine car. So that is Walter P. Chrysler's, one of the original prototypes of the Chrysler Six. That right there is a 1996, Chrysler Town and Country LXI. That was the first year for the Jelly Bean minivan with the 4 doors. That's an emerald green. We'll just take a walk over here real quick. 1948 Chrysler Town and Country. This was Lee Iacocca's press car, basically his press car that he had. However, Lee Iacocca never really drove himself, so they think that most of the miles put on that were his daughters. They even brought out their very first 2006 Chrysler 300C SRT8. I'm good. That is a 1957 Chrysler 300D, or 58 Chrysler 300D. That is that's Ricardo Montalban's actual Cordoba show car. Again, that's a 75, and if you watch my channel, we have the same body style, but it's a 79, and ours is a Chrysler 300, a very limited edition of the Cordoba. But the Cordoba was actually the baby Chrysler. It was the smallest Chrysler vehicle you could buy in 1975 to 1979. It's based on the B body platform that underpinned the Dodge Charger, Plymouth GTX, Plymouth Roadrunner. So you guys can kind of see, I'm kind of waiting for the turbine car to come back, so you guys can kind of see it come through. Hopefully soon. If not, I will take and post some video once it comes back in. So, but anyways, nonetheless, there's a lot of stuff going on today. I wanted to kind of show you guys real quick of what they brought out. Again, to me, it's important to document this stuff. You're going to see a bunch of stuff on this stuff on Mopar Insiders tomorrow. And then, actually, you're going to see it on the 6th because it's Chrysler's 100th official 100th birthday. And then we've got a whole bunch of stuff planned out for the 100th anniversary. So, anyways, I don't see the turbine car coming back. They're probably out enjoying. They're basically letting everybody drive on a 3-mile loop around Belle Isle. So, here, let me spin this back around real quick. At least you can see the 300 coming out here. So 58 Chrysler 300D, absolutely stunning. Virgil Exner wing car design, stunning. Hold on here, Ralph Shields is over here. I'm gonna go ask him a question real quick. Well, I guess Ralph is going for a ride. So, we'll talk to him in a little bit. I wanted to ask him, because he's in charge now of the historical collection, and I wanted to ask him if they're going to open up the Connor Center, because I would love to see the Connor Center being opened up like the Chrysler Museum. So, anyways, the turbine car still hasn't come back. Somebody's out really enjoying it, I'm sure. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go finish my work here. I got some people I got to talk to and interview. And again, thanks for joining in. You can see right here, there's the airflow. Beautiful car. So, anyways, I will see you guys later. Make sure to check out the channel if you'd like, subscribe, and there'll be a lot more content from today later on, today and then later this week. See you guys later. Bye.